Hi, this is Brad from TCon, and we're going to take a look at some further options that are available in TrimSuite. Okay, so in our previous example, we actually had three solutions. So we had our first solution, which was actually just optimization on yield, which was all well and good, but however, we weren't taking into account some knife changes, and we weren't taking into account the yield of the orders. So in the next solution, we included the yield, which was maximized. It increased loss slightly, but therefore we covered orders completely. In the third solution, you actually took account of all three. So you took account of loss, yield, knife changes to get an overall optimization. And that actually revealed the same net loss as solution number two. However, you drastically reduced the number of knife changes. Now, if you take a look here, we're going to take a look at optional orders. So you have these optional orders here available. And you can see these two are actually orders in the future. So they're much more into advance. So you can actually add those and say that they're optional to the optimization. So we'll add those to our list of orders, and we have indicated here by the O that they are optional orders. So we will add another solution and we will run that. Now you can see here the net loss has dropped dramatically because it actually is able to fill in a lot of small spaces with these optional orders, which is all well and good. And you can see here from the coverage, it took the majority of them. But what you're not taking into account, and it depends on your setup, is that you actually, because these are so far into the future, you have to store these, or most likely have to store them somewhere. And some people are constrained on their storage capacity. So you might want to implement a penalty for storing the product so long. So what you can do here is go to optimization, and you can implement a penalty for storing it. So we'll implement a penalty for storage. So you have 0.1 euro per roll per day, or per piece per day. And so when you optimize this, you should actually get quite a different answer. So we'll run a optimization here. So we'll throw out the old data. And what you will see here is that it actually reduced the amount of those optional orders it was taking. It's still taking some of them. However, and it has bumped up the net loss slightly. However, you can tell that it was the storage costs are penalizing the optimization, and it's taking account of that. Now, as you can see here, we're only taking a small portion of the orders that we have available. So what you can do, and we won't do it here, but it's an option available, is that you can actually make these binary decisions. So it either has to take 100% of an order or 0. And that means that you are fulfilling an order all at once and not only finish covering 14%, but covering 100% of it at once. So you're not covering 40% now and have to cover the other 85% later. In addition to those optional orders, there are some companies have standard rolls that they can use. So you have, maybe you can say, if we have any rest left over, we would like to produce some standard rolls that we can put into storage and use at another time. So you can add these optional ones, and you can see that they actually don't have a plan date. They're just standard rolls that you want to take into account if the option is available. So in this case, it's a bit different because you can't calculate a storage cost for those because there's no end date to when they're used, but they're an optional in case the flexibility is there. So we'll run another optimization. So what you can see here is we've taken those additional optional orders into account, and it has actually reduced the net loss further than it was with the original two optional orders in. So we've gotten to a optimum of loss net for this part. However, we've included a mix of both optional orders here in order to make the best trim optimization that we can make possible. So yeah, as you can see, there's various different ways in which you can plan, optimize, depending on your restrictions and your needs. And I hope this gives you a good idea of what kind of flexibility and options are available in TrimSuite. Thank you.